Buffalo Bills. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Down, 50, plant, 52. I got you, boy. I got you. Hard, hard. Crouch, hit it.
Sony Michel, his first carry. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check. Six down. Check. Hey, lock it. Slam. Go.
On the ground, Michel. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go. Alert 3. 22 jet bomber.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
Ready. 30 days. Let's go. Lock it. I'm going to run you over. Check. Go.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A Miami first down on a 14-yard pickup.
Come on, set.
On first down, Franks. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Matt Milano in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Franks will get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And his kick is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
61, matchbox lights. Hey, Zoo. 52's the mic, boy, 52. He can't hang.
From the gun, Burrows. Open man, here's Foster. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Hey, Orbit.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Here we go, set. 10 Lobo.
Check in. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Hey, Delta.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Burrows. He's going to fire one deep over the... And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And give him a gain of 37. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Go.
Check 37. Check 37.
They'll run out of the gun with Michelle. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Tight end's right. 3 down. We're going to 88.
2nd and 11. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Check 3.
Bam. Shoot.
From the gun, they run with Michelle. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Myers' kick is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
First down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On first down, here's Breida. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice gain.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Tight down. 64, weak.
Operating from the gun. Franks escaping the pressure right. That'll be complete to Breida. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're headed to chains now.
This is Breida on the draw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Looking to throw. Franks looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, but it's going to be second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4. The last run got 6, now second and 4.
Check 43.
On the ground, this is Michel, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2, now third down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
On third down, Burrows. It's caught. Jones. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing on first down. Burrows. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
What's tight? Tight ends right. 3 down, 3 down.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
5. 28. Mike, 28. Hey.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Returnable for Grant. 35 yards that time on the punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive, and they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Back to the air on 2nd down. Franks nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Yeah.
7, let's go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Franks into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
On 1st and 10, Burrows. Caught by Jones. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bills have taken the lead.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Let's go
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, the answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2nd and 2. It's caught. Smith. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me. Scene 6.
From the gun, Franks. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. On first down, Franks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Got it?
49, guys. Mike, 49. Tackle.
Delta.
49 to Mike.
22 chip bomber, 22 chip. Ready to go.
Back to throw. Franks going for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Austin Hooper as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you get a brand-new ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
54, right there. 54, Mike. You can't block me.
Throwing on first down. Franks. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Ready.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Exit.
To throw again. Franks. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Matt Breida, 77 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
The 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. 52. Mike 52.
Night, sweetheart.
Yo, Mike 52. Mike 52. Here we go.
52 is the mic right here, over there.
Operating from the gun. Burrows going long here for Wallace. That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the third quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
At the 36-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Second and 3. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And when you've already thrown 2 interceptions, you got to take extra special care of the football because that one could very easily have been a 3rd.
Yeah, off balance, pressure coming. Probably just has to stick that one in his pocket, right?
He does. I just think that when he's in a rut like this, I think this happens to a lot of quarterbacks, they try and overcome it by making big-time throws. Throws they know they shouldn't make, but they're hoping to complete them rather than having the confidence that they actually will.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Come on, baby, come on, let's go.
Haywood, shift.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. It'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Burrows to Michel on the screen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
80 weapons. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, high 7. Hit it.
From the gun, Burrows. He'll rifle this one deep right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On 1st and 10, Franks eluding the pressure right. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On the delay, here's Breida. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
On 1st down, Franks. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Franks, and that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what?
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Come on.
To throw on second down. Franks buying time to his left. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 38. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. Oh, now Breida loses it. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, Sam off.
And it's Michel once again. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on first and 10.
General West.
And to give this time to the tailback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Go. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's able to find Wallace. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Keep playing on
It's 4th down.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive, a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Franks. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. They'll give him a yard on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Franks. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
1st down, Dolphins.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. On the ground is Michel. 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Sony Michel, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Let's go,
the Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun. Franks. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second and 6. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 43.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
4 down, 4 down. Joe out. 5.
Again, it's Michelle. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready, set. 52, 52. Let's go, let's go.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
Make no mistake about it, that's a really dangerous place to run that play. But the way that they're spreading the defense horizontally, you've got to think that as the game goes on, they'll find opportunities vertically downfield as well.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Ready, ready. 30 pace, let's go. 54, 54. Watch the run.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. You got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away, though.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain of 22. He'll look to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. They took their shot for the end zone. Almost cost him.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Intended for Austin Hooper. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Franks. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts him in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now?
Well, win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
A very important extra point there, up and good. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely to take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Vaughn. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Look, squeeze. Check 25.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michelle. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Trying to pound it in here with Michelle. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. And they will run it with Michelle. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now the Bills will take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And this one is right through. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game. And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post. But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Dolphins,